I originally had Arcade done in 1989. At that time, it was a state of the art, and I was leading a very active life, and I wanted to have my vision more corrected than what it was. It was pretty bad. It was also very futile trying to get driver's license, and I felt that the Arcade would have improved my life, and it did. But down the road, complications developed, and because of the complications, and recently, while I was doing an assignment in Boston, I developed some major scarring on my left eye. And I had gone to many physicians in Boston, and immediately it was determined to do a corneal transplant. I did my own research on it, and that was complicated by the fact that I was developing cataracts in both eyes. I asked if I could have the cataracts removed first, and they said that was an option, and then we'll consider the corneal transplants down the road. Based on the fact of what took place in Central Florida, I met some good surgeons that were very articulate as far as understanding my problem, and as a result, I became to develop a relationship with some physicians down here, and they felt that there might be an alternative, and the alternative that being was PTK. PTK led me to other options, which led me to Dr. Galani, who said that there might be something that they could do as far as removing this cornea without being so invasive. And I had the procedure done within a 3-minute process, and I left seeing absolute clearer, not having that lump of Vaseline that it felt like in front of my vision that was greatly affecting my lifestyle. Extremely active. I've had a very active life. I was there for the JFK recovery. I was there for the Loma Prieta earthquake. I was there for the Deepwater Horizon incident in Louisiana. And I want to be able to continue doing other exciting professional or carrying out more professional responsibilities. So now I feel that now that this has been done, this procedure's been done, is that I can clearly move ahead with my life and not go through what I've been suffering over the last year. And I also want to kind of state at this point was that a lot of the physicians that I visited in New England were so saturated with patients that I felt like communications was a big issue for me. As I was developing some of these symptoms, and I didn't know what it was at the time, I would go to these physicians and I'd end up in a waiting room with 50 or 60 other people, and I knew my time was limited in order for me to describe my particular case. And I felt my case was complex, but I wasn't getting that point across. And that was extremely frustrating for me. And since I came to Central Florida and I found my way to this institute, that's been completely reversed 180 degrees. I can now see that surgeons can think out of the box in this case, and it worked for me very well with Dr. Galani. He was very descriptive as far as telling me what the procedure was going to be. He certainly indicated there would be risks involved, but I also felt I was sort of realizing that I didn't have too many options left other than that corneal transplant, but I still had that option left should certain procedures not work out. In this case it did, and I'm grateful for that, and that I can continue on leading a very exciting life at 58 and being a productive member of the community.
Open your eyes wide, so see the dense scarring on the cornea here in between your real keratotomy cuts. Alright, sit back please. So Barry, we are getting ready to go for the laser surgery today.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel?
I'm feeling very confident at this point. I've gone through many consultations from Boston to here, and you came highly recommended, and I'm feeling confident each and every day that this could be the key answer before we go into anything very invasive, and I don't think that's going to be the case.
Sure. Let's give it all we have, Barry. I'll see you in the laser suite. Okay? Sure.
Right in there.
Where? Both eyes open, both eyes very nice. Give me back now. Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes?
Yeah, I think so. I think we got it.
That's it, pleasure. Super. Excellent. Come on. Come on. How do you feel?
It's just like an awakening, that's all. So it's beyond words at this point. So get me to a gun range.
What's that gun range from?
Thank you so much.
This guy jumps out of Hollywood helicopters.
Oh, really?
His surgery we did yesterday. He had we corrected his major thing. He's coming down from Atlanta.
I couldn't see really without him. I just don't know what I would do.
Well,
Ralph
great
Pilla
man.
let me here, so
Great man.
it's just a pleasure. Come on, guys.
So
all
it
of
just
you.
gets better from here or what?
Oh, Barry, you made my day. What else can I say? Sam, you alright? Barry looks great. Excellent. You just did your laser. How do you feel, Tom?
I feel very comfortable.
Uh-huh.
Definitely the cloudiness is dissipated.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. So over time, I imagine I'll get a little bit more comfortable with it. But right now, it's going from what I had before to now is just
In minutes.
in minutes. So it's hard to grasp at this point. So I think I'm headed for a whole new life again. Can't thank you enough. I'm sure you've heard that 100 times, but
Still tickles me, Barry. It's an honor.
So
Absolutely.
it's like I can move on with my life maybe a little bit better than what I was anticipating before, ready to settle back, listening to or viewing life through that clouded lens and saying maybe we should accept it. Maybe 6 months down the road there'll be a new procedure, but I don't think that's the case. That's why I wait. It's only going to get worse, and your quality of life is more disruptive, and especially somebody like me who is this active. So.
Barry, it's been a pleasure. Do what you did for the country. That's amazing stuff you do.
Maybe I can continue now too.
You will. You will. Yes. Come with me.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. How do you feel?
I feel fine.
Can you see a little bit there already? Yes?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Barry.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So Barry, we just peeled off your scar under the laser like a minute ago. What do you feel?
Even though I had this done prior,
In the other
and I
eye?
was already used to it, it's still an amazing thing to go through the second time around. And now I'm feeling that I've just completed the last chapter of my life now in vision, so I can truly move forward. So, I mean, it's hard for me to even explain it at this point. I'm just so astounded and so amazed that this can happen in such a short period of time. It's just miraculous. It truly is.
And you saw Herbert, come right here. And you saw Herbert's surgery. His scar was from accident. So what did you see, or what did you feel immediately after laser from it?
Yeah, while the operation, I didn't have this before at all. 18 years, everybody told me this is not possible to do. So now I ended up here. While the surgery was going on, the halo got so clear. And now, of course, after surgery, I cannot tell. My expectations are very high. So hopefully, in a few months, time will prove that this all works.
Come, Larry. So, Larry, you had a scar, different reason completely, and you did I actually put in an ICL.
Well, my right eye still have some of the scarring. We haven't done the surface of the eye.
Yes?
But clear, no issues. Again, doctors previously said you wouldn't touch me. Nobody would touch me.
That's very
But
easy.
it's no glasses at all.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, Barry. So we just removed the scar from your second eye today. Looks nice and clear. Your arcade cuts are still visible nicely here. Sit back, please. How do you feel, Barry? We just peeled up the scar from your arcade cornea. Second eye. We had done the last eye a few months ago.
Feeling very comfortable, confident that again this was a successful operation, and that again I can move forward with my life, even on a fuller scale now, knowing that this was done. And I kind of knew in the back of my mind that did I need to do the second eye, or did I want to not risk it? And I felt very confident after the first try. Let's complete the whole operation and do the second eye. And it's again overwhelming, but extremely just comforting to know that it's behind me now, and I got you that I can lean on at any given point.
Can you see any difference at all right away?
when I first came out and you first approached me, it was hard for me because my brain's still trying to cycle the fact that, okay, this is done. What are the results on it? And I could tell that the results were successful as soon as I felt that that scar was being removed and manipulated by your wonderful hands. I could tell that the vision was improved almost instantaneously at that point.
Under the laser.
So, under the laser, and it was. I felt relieved that it was over with, and I also felt like, again, that I could move forward with my life, and just that second stage is behind me now, and it's just an extremely beautiful
Right,
feeling.
again, a pleasure. This eye did exactly like the other eye we've done before, peeling off the scar from your arcade, and honored with all the service that you do for the country.
Yeah.
Absolutely a pleasure.
I'm glad there's people like you out there.
Thank you.